G'day, I'm Mark, the designer and builder of Ermin Shaman meditation pyramids and connectors. This is one of a short series of videos that I've created to help you choose, design and build your own pyramid. I hope they're helpful. The more I read and research about meditation pyramids and their origins and inspiration that comes from the Great Pyramid of Giza, the more I realise everybody likes to put their own spin on things. That's a good thing. However, the wide range of opinions and options available on the internet don't help clarify the issues surrounding the sacred geometry. Some of it sounds incredibly well researched and insightful, and some of it sounds like a load of mumbo jumbo. So I thought I would add my 2 bob to the mix, but in a way that doesn't require a degree in mathematics or astrophysics to understand. No one really knows for certain what mathematical formula was used to build one of the wonders of the ancient world. That answer lies buried in the sands of time. What we can say with certainty is with the use of modern measuring techniques, it's been discovered that the dimensions of the Great Pyramid are incredibly close to having an almost uncanny relationship with some amazing mathematical formula. Think of pi, the golden mean, the divine ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, and phi or phi, depending on how you choose to pronounce it. I'll go with phi. There's plenty of websites that go into this in much greater detail than I'm going to do. But it got me to thinking, where would the designers of the Great Pyramid have got their inspiration from all those thousands of years ago? And what comes to mind is one of the infinite, irrefutable laws of nature and the universe. Well, it turns out there's an amazing recurring theme that occurs in nature, from the atomic level through to everyday things we see and touch to the shape and form of the galaxies. It's even in our DNA, and some suggest it provides evidence of a creator. It can be expressed in a mathematical formula known as phi, and there's plenty of examples of it on many websites. Now, I'm not going to go into a dissertation on the concept of phi. I just want to say I wouldn't be at all surprised if the astute eyes of the ancient Egyptians recognised evidence of it in their environment and designed their pyramid on this fundamental mathematical formula. The Great Pyramid's current dimensions are so close to this formula, it's hard not to believe that they actually set out to build it using phi as their basis. The disparity between the design and the actual construction has been quoted as little as 25 thousandths of 1%. And given the technology and equipment available back then, we can comfortably surmise that the Egyptians recognised and used phi in their building process. And so I choose to build my meditation pyramids using the same formula from many millennia ago. Now here's a practical demonstration of how phi is calculated. Let me draw a line. I'm going to call it AB. And somewhere along that line I'm going to mark a point and we'll call it C. Now what we've got are 3 lines. The first line AB, the second line AC, and the third line BC. Now we're going to draw these 3 lines on a separate page. The line AB, the line BC, and the line AC. Now each of these lines have a relationship that can be expressed in the term of a ratio, meaning that one line is longer than the other. Now you wouldn't say that the line AB is twice as long as the line CB, and then again it's probably more than 1.5 times as long. So what is it? Well, if it's not twice as long or 1.5 times as long, turns out that this distance is 1.618033399, or phi. But the weird thing is that the relationship between the 2 shorter lines, CB and AC, is again the same ratio of phi. Now it turns out that this is a recurring theme in nature, and that's why it's been described as the divine proportion. So how does that divine proportion relate to a pyramid? Well, let me draw this pyramid up for you. And excuse the roughness, it's not quite to scale and a bit out of proportion, but it'll suffice for this demonstration. Now I'm going to pick a point for the apex and draw 4 lines to each corner of the base. Now from there I'll draw an axis line from the apex to roughly the centre of the base, and then draw a special line out of the centre to the base edge. From there we draw a line up the sloping face of the pyramid to the apex, and this is called the apothem. Now guess what? It turns out when they measured the Great Pyramid of Giza, the distance from A to B compared to the distance from B to C was virtually that divine ratio of 1.61803399. Now with that information, it's relatively easy to calculate the angle of the sloping faces, the angle of the edges to the base, the angle between the axis and the edges, and with that knowledge it's possible to build a genuine meditation pyramid that's based on the authentic measurement from one of the world's most majestic constructions. Thanks for taking the time to watch this presentation. Make sure you make the opportunity to check out my other videos in this series. You'll be able to make an informed choice and then eventually choose the pyramid that's right for you. You know, having your own meditation pyramid brings you into a very special community of like-minded people. We can be found on Facebook, YouTube, and the website shown below. I encourage you to join with us and become part of a very special, unique group who enjoy the benefits of pyramid meditation. Wishing you many blessings and good health. Bye for now.